What's going on, guys? Starseed Zayed here. I know it's been a long ass time since I made one of these videos, and no excuses. But it's just with everything that's been happening. I don't live alone, I live with my family, and sometimes it can be hard to find quiet time to make these videos. I don't want to record videos while people are watching TV really loudly in the next room over, or they're playing their music out loud, and it's just hard to find an actual time to record videos in a quiet and authentic space where I feel like I can definitely reconnect with source. Oh my gosh, my hair is so dry. Quarantine life has not been easy on your boy, let me just tell y'all. But everything is getting bigger and brighter. I will be moving down to Florida very soon. I'm probably gonna vlog it, and renting a room, and it's already furnished. It has like a little bed and it has a little desk area, and I'm so excited because I'm gonna use that area to make a ton of card reading videos and just talking about like the messages that the universe has been sending me, and like the higher dimensional wisdom coming from the multi-dimensional species that are living in the higher realms, like the Arcturians, the Syrians, the Pleiadians, excuse me, as well as the Feline Council and all of that. God always. But yeah, I'm really excited. So much content is coming to the channel. I changed the name because I wanted it to be my soul name, Zayed, which means blessings from God. And I updated my profile picture. It's sick. I love it. It has like space, but it also has my avatar that I created in Mass Effect Andromeda. It's a video game, but it has my character there, and then it has a selfie of me in the background. It's just epic. I love how it came out. So that's my profile picture. Yeah, I saw people subscribing to the channel. I think I have 6 or 7 subscribers, so I got really excited. I was like, I gotta get back. I gotta find a way to make videos. So I'm gonna be doing them outside for now. But then once I get to Florida, and I'm living in the room, obviously, that I'm renting out, there's more rules in the house. It's not just me, it's other people, and there are certain rules that have to be followed. Like, you can't have loud noise, you can't be smoking, and all this other stuff. So I'm like, this works for me because I'm very quiet. I keep to myself, and I want to make a ton of videos for you guys. So with that out of the way, let's get to this pick a card reading. This pick a card reading is going to be about your love life in June. What does June hold for your love life? Basically, are you going to meet anybody special? As you can see in my glasses, you can see the reflection of my setup here. But what is your love life gonna look like in June? And also, if there is no love life, what clues and divine knowledge can the universe pass on to us so that you guys can figure out what you need to do to find that special person? Alrighty, so let's get to the video. Alrighty guys, Grand Rising everybody. So this is the pick a card reading. I got some new cards. I'm so excited. These cards are beautiful. They're spectacular. A car was like driving behind me, and like they stopped to like see what I was doing. I was like, what the hell? But I got new cards. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So you already have a card face up, so you can see group number 3 is align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So that's for 3. Group number 2, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And group number 1, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So meditate, really align with yourself, with your intuition, right? Use your light energy and just really focus which pile resonates with you, and when you're ready, check the description box down below. Okay, it's going to be down below. It's going to be labeled as group 1, and then the timestamp that's going to be there, group 2 timestamp, group 3. So it's all going to be in the description box. So just go to the description box for your reading. That way you don't have to watch other people's readings. You don't have to fast forward and try to find your spot. So with all of that out of the way, let's get started with group number 1. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your pick a card reading. What is your love life in June going to look like? Your date life? Is there going to be anything special going on? Let's find out what universe has to say. So you picked this card, Boundaries, and obviously this is pretty self-explanatory. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And literally, that's, for most people, that's going to be the problem with attracting a mate or a partner, is establishing boundaries, especially when it comes to like people like your friends, your family, acquaintances, you know, the workplace, whatever it may be. Sometimes you might feel like, I don't think I should go after this person that I want to go after, because maybe my friends and family and everybody that I know around me, they might not accept this person, you know. So a good example of this, would be like a woman who's a bit on the taller side being attracted to a man that is shorter than her, right? I'm sure she would never hear the end of it from her mom. Oh, well, you know, he's kind of short. Or even her friends. Oh, well, you know. And as sad as it is, this happens not just with height, but with like race, you know, religion. A lot of things can get in the way of you meeting your partner, so you have to make sure that you are establishing boundaries. You know, you see the divine feminine here, and all these hands coming around trying to put their 2 cents and trying so hard to control your outside world, because that's what it is. When you don't establish boundaries, you are giving people to control your outside world. And you see the divine feminine, she just has her hands spread out and she's like, nope, this is my energy, right? This is my territory. You're not going to overstep my boundaries, and you need to respect what I desire and what I wish. So you really got to pay attention to boundaries in your life. Now, this is interesting. You got soul journey here. So you are going through an awakening of sorts. You are really growing as a person, and this date that you could potentially have in June, right? It's all about your soul journey. You are going on the right path, and it really is about you, like I said, putting boundaries in place. You have to put boundaries, because if not, you're going to open up relationships and potential jobs in the future where people are just going to step all over you. Like, your actions speak louder than words. So I'm just feeling my iPhone. I'm worried that it's going to overheat. But your actions speak louder than words. So if you are showing the universe people walking all over you and stepping all over you, well, that's what you are going to attract in your life. You are going to manifest more of that in your life, whether you agree with it or not, whether you believe you aren't being stepped on. The fact of the matter is that you intuitively chose the boundaries card. So a lot of work needs to be done, and you need to put your foot down, put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on, whoever, you know, whatever your gender is, and stand up for yourself. And I feel like that goes to your soul journey right here. So we're gonna move on to the next card. We have Elementals. So what I'm getting here is that there's the potential of you meeting somebody in June. Why is the camera focusing? Okay, it is. You have the potential to meet somebody in June. The potential is there. It really is. And what I get is that you are going to meet this person in the outdoors. This elemental card is all about you reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with Mother Gaia. That's what it's all about. So I feel like you have a connection there that is going to embody being in the outdoors. I feel like you're going to meet somebody that really likes being at the beach. Oh my gosh. I believe this is, you see how I was saying, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna meet somebody in June. Some of you I don't think, but most of you I think you have happiness. So definitely a good sign. You have happiness, you have elementals, you have boundaries, you have soul journey. So this is really a transformative process. Now, I don't know if this person is the one. You know, I don't know if they're your twin flame or who you're meant to be with, but I do picture this being something that's going to expand your consciousness. It's going to expand your self-respect for yourself, your self-love. It's going to really help you step into your power. And again, going back to boundaries, it's going to really help you establish a healthy pattern of, is this person overstepping my personal territory? But yeah, you guys are definitely gonna meet somebody in June. You have happiness, you have elementals. You might meet this person at the beach. You might meet them out in a park. Right now, in a lot of states, those are the only things that are really open. So it definitely makes sense. Let's see what else. Oh my goodness. Nectar of life. Look at this. Look, you guys in group number 1, look at your card reading. So right here you have a little bit of blue, purple, but these 3 cards that you have are gold, yellow. You know, you're talking rich, you know, a very rich life. You're talking about the yellow chakra, right? You have a lot of golden energy, a lot of pure energy around you. You also have this soul journey, which is a bit of an indigo color, which is all about you awakening. So you guys have a very, very good month ahead of you. I'm really excited for y'all. But again, that all starts with this first card here, that you need to establish some boundaries. And then all of this will come forward. I feel like you guys are attractive, and I feel like you've been stuck in this rut, or like in this relationship, or with people that don't let you flourish, and they kind of just hold you back. And I feel like as soon as you let these people go, right, you cut them off, because it's not an argument. If people are overstepping your personal boundaries, you have to cut them off. You have to put distance. You have to, you know, the relationship is a toxic one, and that's just a reality. People who overstep their boundaries and take and never give in return, you know, this is draining to your soul, to your spirit, to your energy, your vibration, your frequency. And so you really have to put those boundaries up. But until you put those boundaries up, you're not gonna get to this. I mean, this is insane. You literally 3 gold cards in a row. This is crazy. And one of them is happiness, nectar of life. Nectar of life is all about enjoying life, enjoying the sweetness of life, right? You see how it looks like a bee, and he's dipping into the honey there. It's all about enjoying that sweetness in life. You know, you have this happiness, which looks like a really pure and beautiful vibration, frequency, right? A pure, holy energy, right? And so, for you guys in group 1, I feel like the universe is like, this is it. This is their reading. You guys have the potential to meet somebody special, somebody, you know, I'm not going to say that they're the one, that they're your twin flame, but you do have the chance of having a romantic life in June 2020. You just have to establish boundaries, and this whole establishing boundaries is part of your soul journey too. It's part of you growing as a soul, expanding as a soul. You know, establishing boundaries is something so important. Oh, what is that noise? I apologize for that. But establishing boundaries is so important, because something that the Galactic Council and the Light Council with Jesus, and you have Buddha and the Mother Mary, and you have all these beings, right? With boundaries, it's all about you stepping into your power and affirming that you are a free, sovereign, divine, multi-dimensional being that is unlimited in power and expansion and consciousness. And so when you have people that are overstepping your personal space, your boundaries, right? They might even control some of your actions or tell you what to do or where to go. When you have that, you are losing your power. You are giving away your power. You are saying, I am not worthy. That is what you are saying, because you are free, you are divine, you are sovereign, you are multidimensional, you are incredible, you are beautiful. You can do it. You can do anything your heart that you really set your mind to, right? Anything good, you can do it. You can do it. You can do this, guys. But you have to say, nope, back up. This is my territory, and I do not appreciate you coming into my territory like this. Now, for some of you, you might not need to explain anything. It might be the situation. It might be past that. Honestly, it might be past explaining. You've already explained to this person, and they still don't want to listen to you. They still don't want to change. They still think that they can just walk all over you. And unfortunately, you can't give people explanations every single day of your life. There's a saying that goes, sometimes it's something like, sometimes you can't say anything to people because you're getting too old to explain to other adults what they're doing wrong. It's something like that. It's like, it's something about like telling adults what you and they both know are doing wrong. It's a quote like that. It's something like that. But pretty much it's like, you're too grown to be explaining to people what they know they shouldn't be doing. They know what they're doing. Trust me. Even if you don't think. You say, oh no, that's just how they are. No, they know full well they are taking advantage of you and overstepping your personal space. They know full well. They know what they are doing. Never think otherwise. When somebody is trying to take advantage and manipulate you and overstep your boundaries, they know it is coming from a selfish heart. It is coming from negative energy, low vibration, low frequency, and you have to be full of light and brave enough to say, this is where you stop. You're not overstepping this anymore. I am free, I am sovereign, I am divine, I am multidimensional, I am capable, I am strong, right? Affirm it to yourself. Even if you don't believe it, keep affirming it. And when you do that, you'll finally awaken within, and this is part of your soul journey. You'll finally awaken and you'll say, I'm not taking anything less than this. This is the standard for how I want to be treated by other people. So group number one, you definitely have the possibility of having a romantic life in June 2020, but you really gotta do this spiritual work and establish boundaries. Remember that there's no arguing. There is nothing to argue about. You know it, I know it, everybody else knows it. You know it in your heart. Whatever the situation is, people have been overstepping their boundaries for a long time, and there's no explanation needed for them, for when you cut them off, for when you move out, for when you unfriend them, unfollow them, on whatever. There's no explaining. They know what they are doing wrong. So that is your reading, group one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your pick a card reading. What is your romance life going to look like in June 2020? Are you going to meet anybody special? Let's find out from the universe. So you guys picked answer to call, and guys, when I drew out your cards, Oh my gosh, I was like, bro, it's crazy because it comes from other decks and it's literally saying the same message, but what is your soul calling you to do? And like, if you're not at the right place at the right time, you might not meet that special person. Oh my gosh, bro. It's honestly insane because so many times we really know what we need to do as a soul, but we don't do it. We sit here and think, hold on, let me let the wind pass. We sit here and think, this is the right thing to do, right? This is what society has told us to do. But the thing is, it's no longer about what society is telling us to do. We are going through a grand awakening at this current moment. We are reconnecting with higher dimensional beings. Waiting for the wind and those cars. We're reconnecting with higher dimensional beings like the Syrians, the Pleiadians, the Feline Council, the Arcturians, ninth dimensional beings, okay? Angels is what we would call them. And we are reconnecting with these multi-dimensional beings. And we don't have time anymore to play into the silly games that, you know, that are man-made, that are from the Matrix system, right? So you might feel like, oh, well, society says I need to get a job and live with my parents and save money because that's how it has to be done. But when you really look at it from a higher perspective, from a fifth dimensional perspective, that's not living a life out of love and compassion for yourself. That's living a life out of fear. You know, you're scared that you're never gonna have enough money to pay off your student loan, so you stay living with your parents or your brother or your sister or friends, and you don't really get along with them, or you feel like they're holding you back, and you just tell yourself, yeah, but this is what I have to do, and you work at a job, and yeah, the money pays good, or maybe the money doesn't pay good at all, but you need the check coming in, and you know, this is what you've been told to do. Like, this is what you have to do to get where you want to be. But the reality is that that's living a life out of fear. You're living a life in fear. How you're navigating your life is fear-based. You're not living with, you know, where you want to live or with the people you want to live with because you want to live with them, right? You're living there because you think that that's what you can afford, and you're scared if you move out or you try to move somewhere else to a different country, things could go very, very badly. You know, you're staying at the job and you know your soul and your heart is just telling you you're meant for something so incredible, for something so big. You know you have a purpose on this world, but you decide, no, I have to stay at this job. I need a steady paycheck coming in, instead of just taking that leap of faith and going after what you truly desire. And so, what is your soul calling you to do? You really need to look at that, because if you're not following what your soul is telling you to do, you're not gonna meet no romance in June 2020. You're not going to meet anybody for the rest of your life, honestly. And if you do, I'm very sorry, but it's not going to be the person that is going to be for you. You're living in a place of kind of a lower vibration. And we've all been there. We all, you know, all of us have. So we have to get to this place where, what is your soul calling you to do? We need to really look at that and say, what is my heart telling me to do? Now, it's so funny because you have this manifestation, and I feel like part of what your soul and your heart is calling you to do is to find your love, your true love. And I feel like you don't recognize that you can manifest this, that you can manifest meeting the one that you know in your heart is for you. Okay, you can manifest that. And then, okay, so okay, so this is the secret language of light, and then this is the work your light oracle cards. These cards that I drew are from Divine Guidance, and it is crazy. So you got Heart Mind, which is pretty much the same thing as this card right here, Answer to Call. You need to act from your heart, and you need to follow your heart. You also got Balance. So there needs to be balance between the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine for this relationship to work. And then you got Light Body Guide. I think you guys should watch group number 1's reading because you have a very similar story here. Similar in that you guys gotta follow your intuition, your heart, your soul, and act from a place of love and compassion. And you really gotta follow that instead of playing it safe and doing what you think is right. We no longer live in a world where it's about money. Yes, we still have money, and yes, money is still an integral part of our society, but eventually that will no longer be the currency. Our currency is going to be love. And the person that is the richest is the one that loves most. And so for you guys, when you have this Heart Mind card, it's really about you acting from the heart, and you also have this Answer to Call, and your intuition chose this card because you feel in your heart maybe you aren't following what you really want to do in this world. You also have this Light Body Guide, aka your soul. So you have a lot of soul work. You also have balance. Now balance all goes back to manifestation. You have to be balanced if you want to successfully manifest and bring good things into your life. You have to have a balanced mind, and you have to be really, really clear. If you're not balanced and you're going back and forth, the universe is going to be like, well, what do you actually want? And you're just going to be going through the motions, and month after month. For you guys, your love life can be created. You create your reality. You decide if you want to have a love life in June 2020. That's pretty much it. You guys decide. Now, once you guys make that decision, understand that this is a spiritual journey for you as well as group number 1. We have to make sure that we don't go back to that place where we're living out of fear, and we're doing things out of fear, not what we actually want to do. So you have to keep in mind, you know, because I'm telling you, the devil is always trying to tempt whoever he can. Now, if you do go on a date this June 2020, right? Let's say you do this spiritual work. First off, I see you guys going out to eat. I see it very, very clearly. I see ice cream. I see froyo. I also see a boardwalk. So potentially you guys could be eating at a restaurant by the beach, by the water, something really beautiful, really romantic. I can really see that. I also see movies. So maybe you guys are gonna go see a movie and then go out to eat, which is really, really cute, really adorable. I see you being really, really happy. I see you smiling more often. And I feel like for some of you, I just get this like feeling that this is gonna be a really nice change of pace. I feel like for some of you, these past few weeks and even past few years have been not the greatest. And I just want to say that all of us, the light workers and the star seeds and the indigo children and our multi-dimensional family up in space, right, up in the higher realms and the higher heavens, the Olmecs, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, you know, the Arcturians, we just want to, and I speak for them and also for us humans here on Earth, that for those of you that are struggling and going through such a hard time, we really are so proud of you. everybody chose to come here on this journey to Mother Gaia, to Oceana, to Earth, however you refer to her. We all chose, and everyone, including our friends in the higher dimension, right, the extra dimensional beings, they can't express how proud they are of you guys for fighting, for staying strong, for getting up even when you didn't want to get up, when you wanted to give up so badly. They are so proud of us. They are with us. They are praying for us, and they're fighting for us. So just keep the faith, and if you do that, if you really believe that you can manifest, and you believe that you can do what your heart and your soul and your mind is calling you to do and to go after, you can manifest this date in June 2020. You can do it. You can do it. There is nothing stopping you. There's no one standing in your way except for you. So that is your card reading, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you resonated with it. I don't see this person being the one. I don't really see that. I see this as being a relationship in relation to your spiritual journey, right? You're gonna grow and change as a soul, as an individual, and you're gonna have some good moments, but you and this person both know that it's not going to be a forever kind of deal. You both know it is on a journey. You both know what you want, what you need. So that's what I get from you guys. Maybe some of you might meet the one, but honestly, I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing this more as like a good friend, or, you know, your boy, your girl, right? You know what I mean? Somebody that who, you know, you call up and you Netflix and chill, you hang out, right? You're not an official couple. You guys understand. So that is your card reading, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and God bless. Hello, group number 3. How are you guys? Welcome to your pick a card reading. What is your love life gonna look like in June 2020? Are you gonna have a love life? Are you gonna go on a date with anybody? What is your date gonna look like if you do go on a date? Let's get into it. So you guys picked align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? I love this card. Look how beautiful this is. And we have there's only light. How beautiful. This is awesome. This is incredible. So for you guys, it really is aligning yourself with your truth, with your authentic self. When we don't, I want to say things carefully, right? I want to deliver the message in a kind and loving way, because sometimes I say things and then I think, let me be more gentle, because sometimes it's not so black and white and it's not always easy. But when we don't live aligned to our truth, that is essentially us questioning our very own divine soul that knows what we need, that knows where we need to go, that knows what we need to do. That is us questioning our intuition, which is a God-given gift that God has blessed us with, that tells us in our heart and in our soul, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be somewhere else. I'm supposed to be in this place with these people, and I'm supposed to be doing this. That's where I'm supposed to go. That's where I'm meant to be. And because we live in this matrix society that puts a lot of false ideologies within us and indoctrinates us from a young age, we are brought up believing certain false doctrines and dogmas that aren't real and that are just illusions, and we end up following these for life, from childhood all the way up until adulthood, and for some people all the way up until they die and they leave this earth. And so aligning your life, you need to look at what is not aligned or needs to change. And for a lot of you, it's going to be the people, right? The people you're hanging around with. You are not aligned with them. They are not aligned with you. They are lower vibration, lower frequency. Some of them might be, you know, craving a lot of drama 24/7. And if you are aligning yourself with people like this, you are going to attract the wrong kind of partner and the wrong kind of date in June of 2020. So you definitely have to align with your authentic self, with who you are. And to do that, remember that there is only light in everything good. There is only light, right? If people are telling you, you know, no, don't do that, you know, you're telling them that you want to maybe move somewhere, you want to move somewhere tropical, right? You want to move to Hawaii, or you want to move to Florida, or Bali, even wherever it may be, the Caribbean, wherever you want to move, right? You want to move somewhere tropical, where it's warm, where there's beautiful beaches and delicious fruit, right? You want to live there. You've been dreaming about it since you were a kid. You know, if you went on vacation to the tropics, you probably never wanted to leave, and you remember your happiest moments were in the tropics, right? And your heart and your soul is just telling you, okay, it's time, like you're of age, you know, you've finished school, or you've decided you're not going to school, you've been working, you've saved up, you know, $3,000 or $4,000 or more maybe, and you feel like you can make it out in the place that you want to go to. And then people in your life, you tell them, you express this to them, and they shoot you down, or they say, no, don't do that. That doesn't seem safe. That seems dangerous. You are aligned with these people. And when people tell you those things, it literally can affect your decision to actually go and pursue what you want. You can literally stop yourself from pursuing that dream, all because your best friend from, elementary school told you, no, I don't think that's safe. I think that's dangerous, right? And then what happens? You're not living in alignment with your truth, with your soul. You're taking somebody else's opinion, which is based on fear, which is based on the matrix system, the man-made system of this planet. You're taking their opinion and you're putting it over the divine intuition and consciousness of your very own soul. And so you're letting this person literally dictate your free will and your divine, sovereign, multi-dimensional power that you have. And so you have to realize how big and grand certain things, like these little things that we don't even think about, you have to realize how much on a larger scale they actually play into. And if you're not aligned with yourself, if you're not in that place where there is only light, right? There's only light, there's only love, purity, forgiveness, right? Redemption, salvation, glory. If you're not in that, you're gonna attract the wrong kind of partner in June of 2020. And that's just a reality. This is how our universe works. We pretty much are mini gods in these bodies. We are manifesting and attracting and co-creating all sorts of things. And that's why we need to be in alignment with our heart, with our soul, because when we are attracting and aligning ourselves with the light. And that is what, your card reading is pretty much saying. When you align with your true self, your authentic self, you step into your power. There is only light. There is only good that is going to come your way. So I drew these cards from Divine Guidance, and oh my goodness. The first card is Elementals. The second card is Infinite Love. So you have gold energy right there, pure energy. And then you have literally guys, this is not made up, this is not staged. I shuffled all the cards before the video rolled. When I pulled the cards out, each one I started laughing. You know, because the universe is just like, you see, you know, the universe is always like, I'm gonna keep sending you, you know, clues and proofs and truths so that you realize that I am working with you and align your life, right? What is not aligned or needs to change? You know what this card is called? Alignment. It's crazy, I'm telling you, it's crazy, but we are all interconnected, and if you're watching this, you needed to watch this. You were meant to see this. Again, we already did the whole alignment thing, but the good news is that I feel like you guys are going to align with your truth and with your authentic self, and I really see you guys in that last week of June, that second or final week of June of 2020. I really see you guys meeting somebody or making a connection with somebody potentially. You know, there's infinite love, so this person might be the one for you guys. They might be, you know, they might be the one. And that's exciting, and that would make sense because you are in alignment, right? Now, a lot of times we see these cards and we do these pick a card readings, right? Pick a card and, you know, romance, like, what is your love life going to be? And we sit here and say, you might meet this person this month or this month, but sometimes the person that you're actually going to meet isn't anybody new. It's yourself. It's who you are and your truth and falling in love with that person. So sometimes it's not an outside person. Sometimes it's really the one that is coming into your life that, you know, a lot of intuitive empaths and psychics, when they do these card readings, you know, they say you're going to meet the one, you meet the one, and you guys say, oh, I didn't meet no one. I didn't meet anybody. But that's actually not true, because there's this huge purpose of us really realigning with ourselves and learning how to love ourselves again. And when we do that, we are meeting somebody new, brand new. We're going under the surface, diving deep within, into the soul and into the heart. And we're meeting somebody that we didn't really know, because all our life we've been living in this place of lack and abundance, lack and love, lack and forgiveness, low vibration, low frequency, low energy, living in a matrix system, right? So for some of you, you're not going to meet another person. You're going to finally reconnect and align with yourself. And that's beautiful. That's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that do meet somebody, you have this elementals card. And, you know, this is like group number 1. And I feel like you guys should watch group number 1. Group number 2 and group number 3 need to both watch group number 1 because you have this elementals card, and that's all about going outside and reconnecting with nature, with Mother Gaia, Oceana, Earth, however you resonate with her. If you guys go on a date in June 2020, I definitely see you guys going to a park, to a beach, right? That's pretty much the only thing that's really open in most places. But that's how I see your first date going in June of 2020. It's going to be outdoors. I see really great weather. I see the sunshine. Just like with group number 1, I see you guys eating at a restaurant, but instead of froyo or ice cream, I see you guys getting like Rita's ice or Italian ice, which I don't consider that ice cream, so for me it is different. Or I see you guys getting smoothies. I just see you guys strolling around, really enjoying the weather and being outside of quarantine, right? It's been so long since you've actually gone out and, you know, actually ate somewhere and hung around other people. I see you guys being really, really happy. Do I think this person could be the one for you guys? There's definitely a possibility. You have this alignment card, and you also have infinite love here. So it's a possibility, but like I said, so for those of you who do meet somebody, I think that's how your date is going to work. I'm also seeing like car drive, like a long drive in a car to a park, national park or something. A long drive along the coastline. If you're out in California or somewhere where there's beautiful coastlines, you know, out in Hawaii or the Caribbean, you know, you drive on the edge of the island, you get beautiful views of the coast. I'm also seeing that. But for some of you, I'm seeing that you aren't going to date anybody specific. I'm seeing that you're going to... I'm saying that you guys are going to reconnect, realign with yourself, with your soul, with your heart. And I feel like that's the person that you're going to have infinite love for. I feel like it's going to be a good portion of you, honestly. I don't think many of you, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know, there's nothing wrong. Everything's going to happen when it happens, right? There is no future, there is no past. It is only now, in this moment, in this present moment, and nothing is lacking, right? But I feel like for most of you, this is going to be about you reconnecting with yourself. You falling in love with yourself all over again. And that's just beautiful. That's, you know, you can't even put a price on that. That is worth so much more than anything you can imagine, to reconnect and love yourself unconditionally and forgive yourself and align with your authentic self. So group number 3, that is your pick a card reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe. I wish you much love and blessings and prosperity, and I will see you guys in the next video.